it's okay to rest. Just get back up because someone is waiting on what you carry. I didn't plan this video. I didn't sit down with an agenda. I just felt led. I felt led to turn the camera on. Because to be honest, lately I've been in a really quiet season. Not a confused season, not a burned out season, but in an actual listening season. And I wanted to share honestly where I am because I know I'm not the only one that's here. So, you guys, I made the decision to intentionally step back from social media. No, it's not because I'm quitting. It's not because I've lost passion in any form, shape, or fashion, but because I've learned that constant visibility can sometimes drown out obedience. You guys, to be honest, social media tells us to post more. It tells us to show up louder, to sell harder, but God has been telling me to be still. And for me, that looks like choosing platforms that allows me to breathe, to create more slowly, and to build long-term relationships. And I'm learning to release the pressure to perform every single day. So in this season, it isn't about being seen, you guys. It's about being led. Y'all, earlier this year, I planned a conference. I poured vision into it. I mapped it out. I planned business meetings with my girls. I was excited. We was excited, y'all. It was just going so good. But as the date got close, I just felt like the peace just wasn't there. It was just something that was just unsettling about it. And if it's one thing that I learned about God is that if he doesn't give peace in a situation, is that he's most definitely giving direction. So I made the decision to actually cancel it. And no, it wasn't out of fear. It wasn't out of doubt or anything like that. But I just feel like it was out of pure obedience. Because sometimes obedience looks like moving forward. And sometimes obedience looks like knowing when to pause. Even when something looks good on paper. And that's okay. And I'm going to tell you something. Y'all, this season for me has been real heavy on the resting. I'm talking about some real resting. Not laying on your side on your phone, scrolling and resting. Not distracted resting, but a real soulful rest. I've been resting my mind. I've been resting my creativity. I've been resting my expectations. Y'all, resting doesn't mean that nothing is happening. It means that God is doing work beneath the surface. Obedience doesn't always feel productive. I know it's not going to feel like it, but obedience does not always feel productive, but it's always purposeful, right? You gotta be God-led. You have to listen. When God tells you to rest, that is your time to rest your mind, to rest your body, and to just enjoy the moment. And that's what I did. You wanna know what? God reminded me of something recently about like the gifts. The gifts that God gives us, the ideas, the creativity, the calling, y'all, those are seeds. And you know how it is when you go to the store and you buy some seeds, you want to plant something. Those seeds aren't just meant to be sitting on the shelf. They're meant to be planted. And if we don't steward what God gives us, don't you believe that that assignment will be given to someone else? Because it's not like he's punishing us or anything like that. It's not like he's skipping over us, but the work still has to get done. Someone is literally waiting on what you have inside of you. They're waiting on what you carry. So if you're not being obedient and you're not carrying out what God has implemented inside of you, that seed that God has given you, if you're not carrying that out, God will give that to someone else because people are waiting. They're literally waiting on you to get up and to implement the talent, the creativity, the ideas that you have. Like the business plan that God gives you, it's not... Sometimes we can sit back and we can just be like, you know, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. Maybe I shouldn't be doing that. And we fill our mind with all of these limiting beliefs and all of this self-doubt. And God is like, if you can just put all of your trust in me, just put one foot in front of the other, God will carry you the way. Because if you don't get anything else out of what I'm trying to say today, just know that someone else is waiting on what you carry. So it is so important for us to be obedient and to carry out what God has instilled in us. Like if you have a business, that's your baby. God is waiting for you to, well, not if you have a business, but if you've been thinking about opening up a business, God is waiting on you to birth that. He's literally waiting on you to carry out all of those dreams and all of those, notes that you sit down at 2:00 in the morning writing down. I know I do it. I get my phone and I write down all these notes and all these ideas and stuff like that. And I'm not even gonna lie, I sit on it sometimes. And that's why I know for sure, like in this season, God has me resting, because I've literally just been moving. In some situations, trying to keep up with the Joneses, you know. In some situations, I've been procrastinating. Some situations, I've been letting my job, you know, get the best of me. You know, I'll come home tired. I'll just say, you know, I'm not going to do that, or I'm not going to, you know, work on my business today. That's me operating in disobedience. When God has implemented something inside of you, he's not saying do it on your time. Like, if you need to rest, go ahead and rest. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with resting. But it's just so important for you to understand, like, once you get done with that resting season, it's time for you to get back up. It's time for you to go to go. And that's why he has you to rest, so that you can rebuild yourself, so that you can replenish your body, so that you can replenish your mind, your spirit, so that you can get back up refreshed and renewed and get back on the roadmap that he has laid out for you. So if there's anything that you take out of what I'm saying today, is to get started on that seed. Go ahead. It's already planted inside of you. It's just time for you to put a little water on it. Time for you to give it a little sunlight. Stop letting people dim your light. Give that seed that you just put down in that soil, that you patted down, you know. You may have put it in a little flower pot, made it all nice and neat. I know I did. Because I've been working on my business, y'all. I've been working on it. It's okay to rest. Just get back up. Because someone is waiting on what you carry. So I'm saying all this to speak directly to you. Someone is waiting on you to start the business. Someone is waiting on you to share the idea. Someone is waiting on your obedience. You don't need to be louder. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be willing. God doesn't call the most visible. He calls the most obedient. Okay? And your yes could unlock freedom. It can unlock clarity. It can unlock provision. Literally for someone else. So if you're in a quiet season, if it seems like your plans has like suddenly shifted, if you're resting more than producing, that doesn't mean that you're behind. Okay? I understand. I completely understand. Y'all, stillness doesn't mean stagnation. Sometimes it means alignment. And that's perfectly fine with me. So, I don't know exactly what this next season looks like, but I know who's leading it. And that's enough for me. So, create when he says to create, rest when he says to rest, and trust that obedience always bear fruit. So, I'll see you guys the next time that I'm led to do so. All right, loves. Have a great day. Bye.